What's up? We are live 2 days in a row. I'm back on it. It's getting so dark out. Look how dark it is. All right, so today I want to follow up on yesterday's CPI, right? So that's the consumer price index. And that's what we talked about yesterday, the inflation measurement, that made up number, how it came down. The markets loved it. We'll get into that in a second. A lot of people are patting themselves on the back, right, for a job well done. So let's take a look. Let's dive into the truth of this. So this is what we're talking about here. This is the CPI number. All right. So about a year ago, it's a year over year measurement of the cost of goods in America. Okay. So that's how they measure it. And we've talked about this before. There's a lot of discretion in how this number is calculated to tell a story. Okay. So 9.1, we're all the way down to 3.2 yesterday. So that's the cause for celebration. Markets are loving it, which is great news if you're an investor. All right. And listen, guys, before we dive into this, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. This is not political. Okay. I am not taking a side here, and I'm going to show you how it transcends any party, because I'm not here to talk politics. I'm here to talk reality. I'm here to talk finance. I'm here to talk protecting yourself and looking at the big picture of what's happening that supersedes any side of the aisle. Okay. So, I'm on Twitter, and, some people are congratulating themselves. So let's take a look, right? 65% down from its peak, right? So what is he talking about? All right. He's very excited that he got it down. He got it down from here to here. Okay. So as I'm perusing Twitter yesterday, I saw something very interesting. And I said, this number, this whole thing right here, there's a lot of discretion as to how it's calculated. And obviously, if you're in charge of the measurement to tell you how good of a job you're doing, and that's everybody in government, okay, you're going to have as much discretion as possible. So go on Twitter, go on Google, CPI health insurance. Google that. Okay, go on Twitter and search it. So this has been popping up a lot on the feed. CPI came in flat, fortified, by an imaginary 34% drop in health insurance, right? And this was like all over Twitter. Like, these are reputable accounts, like, 86,000 impressions, the number of likes. Look at this, the collapse of the health insurance CPI, excuse the language. The BLS, which is the Bureau of Labor Statistics, who calculates this CPI number, tweaked the methodology, right? So all of a sudden, healthcare, I don't know, did your health insurance go way down? According to the CPI, we had a beat and the inflation's way down, according to these people on Twitter, because health insurance were down 34, 38%. So I'm like, all right, let's go to the source. So we go to the source, which is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Let's check out this information, right? Let's see. So we go in here. It doesn't really tell you much. And this stuff is written very confusing. They do this on purpose. So there's a 38-page report, And right here, lo and behold, on page 15, health insurance, negative 34%. So this is everything that goes into this index. I mean, there's 38 pages of this. This is what they do. I mean, let's just pick some random lines. Spices, condiments, sauces, energy, right? They're hanging it on gas. Gas is lower. I mean, that's so manipulated. Jewelry and watches, medicinal drugs, photographic equipment. I mean, everything. So if you had this convoluted system and you needed to tell a story, would you not take as much discretion as you want? So, I mean, it's great. Listen, that number comes down, the economy rolls, rates will come down, everything will go back to roll. But guys, over time, this is the truth of the matter, okay? Going back to 1960, and this is their own data from their own site. We've showed this chart before, and it's sad. 1960, this is the cumulative effect. Where do you see on this line a drop of 65%? I'll wait. There's no drop. 65%, no drop, right? It's a 10x. From 1960, when this CPI, whatever, was 12, to today, it's 123. That is a 10x, 10 times more expensive over these past 62-ish years, 63 years. It's 10 times more expensive. And that transcends any political party. Let's just go down the list of presidents from 1960 to today. We had Dwight Eisenhower, a Republican, JFK, a Democrat, Lyndon Johnson, a Democrat, Richard Nixon, a Republican, Gerald Ford, a Republican, Jimmy Carter, a Democrat, Ronald Reagan, a Republican, George H.W., a Republican, Bill Clinton, a Democrat, George W., a Republican, Barack Obama, a Democrat, Donald Trump, a Republican, Joe Biden, a Democrat. It transcends all parties. So over time, they just spend. And this is what's happening. So when you see the headline and you're being told inflation's down 65%, but your wallet doesn't match that and your own experience doesn't match that, over time, zoom out and look at the data. And it's all right there. And this is why we preach this stuff. It transcends everything. You have to protect yourself, right? And I show this all the time right here. I show this all the time. So everybody who's in government is responsible for this number right here. And this has been building up over time, the national debt. This is inflation, man. Where is this money going? So it's very important. So look beyond the headlines, do your research. When people are congratulating themselves and the headlines are out there and you see these things posted, you got to dig a little deeper and go to the source, right? You got to check what you're seeing. All right. And while we're on the subject of insurance, I don't know if you've noticed, okay, but insurance is out of control. Property insurance, car insurance. I mean, this is the time of year. Mine are just set at the end of the year. The properties that we manage, I mean, we're getting quotes ridiculous. And I think people don't even care. These companies are just charging whatever they want to charge it because they can. And it's not good for anybody. What's the effect of that on the real estate market? That's the real conversation. But here you go. This is right from the Federal Reserve. Here you go. This is the Producer Price Index, premiums for property and casualty insurance. Okay, just since 98, the indicator was at 100, and here we are today at 230. So 2.3x in 20-something years, 26 years, 25 years. Let's go back 5 years. I mean, you can see insurance is just skyrocketing up. So I don't know, guys. That's going to be interesting to see the effect on real estate when the insurance gets so out of control. And you're seeing it in Florida. Insurance is a big deal down there, and it's a very divisive issue, and it's going to decide probably the election down there in a couple of years. So it's important, man. Insurance, they got us. You got to have it. So yeah. So again, not political. Don't care about that stuff. I just care about numbers and finances and the economy. And so people want to congratulate themselves on a job well done. Well, let's dig into the numbers and let's see. And again, it transcends every administration, right? This has been going on since the beginning of time. So protect yourself, invest in the right things, understand that the money is eroding quickly, and to be successful, to have a strong future, you have to buy hard assets. All right? That's what we talk about all the time on here. We like to dig deep. We like to get the real story. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.